Hi everyone, Kim here with Sunshine Creations and Crafts, and I'm getting ready to go over and see my great nephew. He turned 1. He's so adorable. And I made a little wall thing hanger for him, and then I'm also going to make him a card. I actually got these letters. They're just that white pine at Michael's, and I painted it blue first with acrylic paint. And I did it with the M and the A and the X, and then I took out some stencils that I had, and maybe somebody recognizes these because I don't have the cover to these anymore, so I don't know who made these, the name brand, but I used this little swirly thing here and this star, and then I did this swirl as well. And really all I did was I just, laid it down after the blue had dried and used my orange and just put a bunch of it on because I wanted it to kind of have a texture to it. And I did that for all of them, and then I just took my white gel pen and traced around, several of the, designs here and there. I used these hanging hooks, clip hooks I guess they call them, and I was going to go ahead and do the top and then hang them from here and then all the way down, but I was having a really hard time getting these in the wood, so I had a little change of plan. What I ended up doing was stapling it with my Tim Holtz stapler, and what I had to do was I had to open it up like so that it was wide open, and then I could stick the whole piece of wood in there and then staple it. So if you're trying to do that, that's what you have to do. You have to open up the stapler. So that's for Max. But I also want to do a card for him. So what I'm going to do, if anybody's wondering, I got a new mat. I got my black mat, my Memory Keepers. My yellow one just was so dirty. I will probably take that one when I go scrapbooking, and then leave this one here. Okay, that was a complete change of thought there, wasn't it? Okay, so I'm using a cream colored cardstock that I got the whole ream at Staples, and I'm going to make this card so that it opens up vertically. So that's 4 1/4, and I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. Okay, and we'll keep that there because I'm getting, well, let's set it over here. Want that to be even. Yeah, our little guys grow up so fast, I tell you. And it was funny when she's my niece-in-law, called me to tell me she was pregnant. I'm like, that is so cool. And then I was like, oh, that means I'm going to be a great aunt. I don't know if I like the sound of that. So I got over it quickly. I'm very excited. So I'm just trimming off that one edge there. I need to change my blade in my cutter. That's a whole other subject. Alright, so we'll set that aside. And then I'm going to do, no, I'm not setting this aside. Come on, Kim, get it together here. I'm going to cut, this is just brown, probably Coordinations paper that was in my scraps. And I'm going to cut that down to, that's already 5 1/4, close enough to. And then, actually I want that to be, what am I trying to say? Vertical. So that's going to be 4. Get that scrap out of there. By 5 1/4. And then this is the piece that I'm going to be stamping on. So I'm going to make that 3 3/4 by 5. Alright, now we can put this away. We can put this layer on now. I'm using like 3 or 4 different types of stamp sets on this. Bring that up a little. Good enough. That is crooked. Let's see if I can get this up. I never ever use ATG. This is the reason why, because I'm not real good at putting things on even. Oh, Goonie, it's okay. We have neighbors having construction on their house and he's not happy. Alright, so let's go ahead and stamp this. Okay, so I am using the Recollections stamp set. If I can get this picked up. This one here. And I'm using the little giraffe guy. Set that there. And just some Memento black ink. It's got a little mark on it. I think it'll be okay because I'm going to ink over it. And that giraffe's so darn cute. And I'm going to put him up a little bit because I am going to also be doing some grass and some dirt. Very nice. Grab my wipies here, get that cleaned up, and then he's good to go. Okay, then I'm going to put the word Go Wild. I'm sorry, So Wild, and that's from the same stamp set. It's going to go right there. Alright, and then I'm going to put this Sunshine, which is from this Fiskars stamp set. And I got this a while ago. I got it for the Sunshine actually, but then after I was looking at it this morning, I thought, oh gosh, I have some really cute cards I can make with that one. So put that aside. And I'm going to put the Sunshine. Grab a little scrap here so I don't get... I'm not going to put it all the way. I'm going to put it like right there so it hangs off a little bit. And then we'll put that away. And then I got this stamp set at a Scrapbook Expo 2 years ago. It's Kitty Kits by Kitty Carocchiolo. Sorry if by chance she's watching this or you know her. I chopped up her name pretty bad. And I'm using the little bushes. Very, very cool stamp set. However, you do have to cut the pieces and tear off the back. So that's a little different of a process for me. And I'm going to be doing the little, whoops, oh, no, it didn't, it's okay. I'm going to be doing the dirt in brown. Oh, goodness. Make sure I get it on there real good. And it's going to be kind of at a mound. See that? Isn't that great? I'll show it to you in a second. I just want to finish stamping it here and then I'll bring it closer to the camera. And this guy here. And not sure how I can get in there without doing a masking technique, and I wasn't prepared for that, so we'll figure something else out. Then we're going to do, oops, the bush. And the bush, I'm going to use my Memento dual marker. I'm going to use the thicker end. And looking for the color Cottage Ivy. And I'm going to stamp this a couple times on the card. And that looks like he's kind of walking around the jungle. I'll put that one over there. Alright, clean that off. And other than, I'm going to use the Happy Birthday, and this I got at Michael's, so I'm assuming it's, yep, Michael's Stores. And on the inside of the card, I'm going to stamp it the Happy Birthday. But since I have all my ink and everything out, I'll go ahead and take care of that right now. lots and lots of birthdays for my family this month, I tell you. Busy, busy. My sons, my husbands, my great nephews, Father's Day. So had lots of card making possibilities this month. Clean that off. All right, so we're done with all of our little stamp in there. Now let's get out the Copics. I'm going to do some Copic coloring. I'm going to do this guy in YR24, and I'm not going to do a lot of shadowing. I think you guys can see that okay. Yeah. I'm going to try to zoom in just a little bit. How's that? Very good. Okay, so here we go. Isn't that like the perfect giraffe color? So cute. I love working with Copics. It's so relaxing, especially when you're doing a big project. I like doing flowers. Sit and do flowers with Copics all day long. Getting close to being done. My great nephew has the most beautiful blue eyes, and he's got brown hair, so teasing my niece, I'm like, oh, better lock the door. Girls are going to be after him. So I'm not really shadowing so much. Okay, so that was YR24. Now I'm going to go in with a really dark brown E29, and I'm going to do his spots. Now I picked the giraffe because she's got his room, the decor is like a zoo. I mean, it's not like a zoo, but it's has zoo, you know, giraffe and hippopotamus and stuff like that. Oops. And then I want to go in with a little bit, oh, let's try the E15. And, oops, wrong end. Just kind of fill this in down here. But I think I'm going to make it more like rugged and dotty, just like this here. And bring in a little bit more color to it. Plus, I don't want him to look like he's standing in the air. He's jumping. How's that? He's jumping for joy. Okay, now if I take this camera at this angle, my Copic, and just lightly go over it, it'll cover it up, but it'll still show the little dots that I've made. Okay, now I'm going to get a little bit of green, not too dark of a green. How about a YG67? And I'm going to make my own little bushes here, just to kind of complete the line, so it doesn't look so separate. Alright, so then we're going to do the Go Wild. I keep saying Go Wild, so wild. I think it's because I wish it said Go Wild. And I'm just going to do some random here and there's. And maybe that stripe right there, because I'm also going to be using a different color. Okay. I think I'm going to do this really bright yellow, and then I'm going to do the sun in this as well. And again, I just want to bring to your attention that I am not shadowing this. This is just, I'm using the Copics just strictly for the coloring purposes. And if you so desire and you have the Peachy Keen facial stamps, you could do that for your son. But I am not going to do that. So there he is. How cute is that? Alright, so get my scrap paper out of the way. I'm going to grab my glue. And we're going to glue this on and we are done. I never thought about actually working with any sort of wood at all, but now that I've done the little wood purses and a couple of other things I've been playing around with, I've really been having a good time with it. Move that over ever so slightly. And we have a birthday card for my little Max. Cute as that. Forgot to zoom out, but let me do that right now. Oops. That's in. Not like it's the first time using this camera, right? Oh my goodness. This is hilarious. There it is. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope to hear your comments. You all have left so many great, sweet comments. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.